Thank you for joining me once again. This is an update regarding an attack on two NATO countries that took place late last night and the early hours of this morning, the 21st of October 2025. Hungary and Romania were attacked by somebody. Two major critical infrastructures, two oil refineries, that is the lifeline to both countries, were destroyed. We are going to discuss the Hungary attack first, and then we'll also discuss the Romanian attack. The lifeline of the Hungarian people was destroyed yesterday. But the question is, who is behind this attack? Somebody played very dirty, didn't they? I made a video on my TikTok page earlier this morning, and I said, the EU leaders are very angry. They are not happy at the announcement of both Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump meeting in Budapest without involving them in those talks. They want to be on that table. They want to be part of whatever will be discussed, especially the fact that it is taking place on EU soil. It will be a disgrace to the EU leaders if that meeting goes ahead without the involvement of the EU leaders. I just predicted, because like I always do, I always think outside the box. I said they would do something out of character just to make sure that meeting does not go ahead. Well, here we are. Hungary and Romania are both under attack. The same country Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump were supposed to go and meet to have a meeting had been attacked. Common sense. Now, both leaders would obviously not be going there anymore, would they? Because I heard in the last hour that the meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin would not be taking place any longer. It had been called off after a phone call between Lavrov and Mark Rubio. They called off the meeting. Now, a lot of people are saying it was postponed to a later date, at end of October or maybe mid or early November 2025. That I couldn't confirm. I couldn't tell you. But from what I know, that meeting is not going to take place as it was originally planned. Now, at first, I couldn't work out what the problem was, because I was thinking, why would they call off the most anticipated meeting of 2025? Why would they call it off? Until I heard the news that Hungary was under attack by somebody, or by some people, or by some group of people, or maybe it was just an accident. You never know. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it is hard to resolve this one. The culprit behind this attack are very obvious, in black and white. There is no doubt about that. Overnight on Monday, apparently fire broke out at the Mols plant in Hungary. Earlier before that, a powerful explosion took place at the Petrotel-Lukoil in Romania. People don't understand geopolitics. I said it. Now, the Mols facility is Hungary's largest and most modern power plant, an oil refinery. That oil refinery received oil directly from Russia via the Vilaggazdasag pipeline. Now, are you beginning to join the line? The dot? Sorry, are you joining the dot now? So, Hungary is receiving oil directly from Russia through that pipeline that was, through that refinery that was destroyed today. The Romanian pipeline is owned by Russian Lukoil, and that refinery, the Romanian refinery is owned by a Russian company called Lukoil, and it processed about 2.5 million tons of oil and petroleum a year. One of the biggest facilities in Romania that keeps Romania going. Again, the lifeline of the Romanian people. That facility was destroyed. I saw the video. If you haven't seen it, have a look on social media. There's a massive explosion when whatever was used to destroy it hit. Heavy explosion came up from that oil facility. These two attacks are very suspicious. We don't have to even lie about it. These are major critical infrastructure in European Union, in a NATO country, not in Ukraine, but in Europe. Let's forget about Europe. In NATO countries, let's put it that way. The Romania attack was also suspicious because, like I said, the oil plant belonged to a Russian company, and there are videos all over the net, on internet, showing how the place blew up when whatever was used to attack the place hit. That attack, or both attack on those facilities, were done for obvious reason: to stop the meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. I said this even before I even knew this. I said it this morning. I said these people would do everything and anything to make sure that meeting doesn't go on without involving them. Well, some people say I was lying, but yet it is. It happened. Though they are saying at this point in time, both attack or explosion, or what caused the attack and the explosion, is not yet determined. You know other political talks. That's what they say, but we know, I mean, if you know, you know. And if you use your third sense, you obviously know what is happening here, and you already know where those attacks came from. Now, I'm not going to call any name. I'm not going to mention anybody's name, but use your third sense. You know where those attacks came from. Obviously, Russia will not start destroying their own facilities, would they? Russia will not attack Hungary, that is their friend, would they? Russia cannot attack from through Ukraine or from anywhere to get to Hungary, right? No. So Russia is out of the question. Then who could the culprit be then? And what is going to be next? What happens if Hungary finds out that this attack comes or came from Ukraine? Will Article 5 be triggered or activated? The EU unity is about to face the biggest test of their organization. Now, Russia will obviously play on this to show the world that Ukraine is an aggressive, and I don't want to use the word, whatever state, because it is obvious where those attacks came from. And it is obvious the people that supported the attack. Let's not put Ukraine on the front page here, okay? This is an organized thing, just to make sure that meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin doesn't go ahead. I also heard some really funny comedy news that Poland said they would not allow Vladimir Putin to use their airspace to get to Budapest, because whether Donald Trump likes it or not, if Vladimir Putin enters into Polish airspace, they will arrest him. Listen, that is a story for another day. But what do you guys think? NATO is under attack. Who is behind this attack? Who are the people behind this attack? Who do you suspect? What is next? Will Hungary trigger, or not Hungary, will the EU trigger Article 5 once they find out that it's Ukraine? Because they will find out. They will find out. Russia will help Hungary determine where those attacks came from. You know that, right? So what is going to be next? Will they trigger Article 5? Let's wait and see. Like I said, the EU is about to go through the biggest test of their organization. And guess what? I can almost tell you this. They are going to fail. And when they fail, that will be the beginning of the end of the EU as an organization. But what do you think?